Hello everyone and welcome back into the studio. Today we will be making 2 gratitude journals using some supplies that I actually received in a Happy Mail from Tattered Tammy. So today's going to be an open studio day. Go ahead and grab something that you want to work on, something that you want to finish, your planner, your crochet, your jewelry, a journal, whatever it is that you want to work on, get it and let's go ahead and just sit here and work. I've already gone through and selected the papers. The papers were sent to me by Tammy as well. The greeting cards were not. This one I received from former students and parents, and this one was sent to my house for someone else that does not live here. So I said, oh, I like the cover of it, and I felt like I would be okay if I went ahead and used it. So let's get started with the first one. I'll show you some of the papers before we sew it together. So this was a piece of a planner page, and I use these scalloped edge scissors all around to kind of do all the cutting, or I rip the pages. Some book page that has white gesso, and all of the pages I either hand tore or I fold it in some way so they'll fit in, and that's it. And then there was the note. I'm struggling with what to put on the back of this one because I have these from Tammy, and I felt like if I put this on the back here, I could put the ribbon through it and make a closure. However, it'll cover up the name, so I'll just leave that one plain. So I'm just taking out a length of this thread here that Tammy sent me, and I'm using these scissors. Probably not the best idea, but what I have right here right now, my needles. I like to use kind of a long upholstery needle sometimes. Just all depends. There she goes. Let's find the middle. I use this page as the middle with the gesso because I'm thinking about doing some type of artwork in it. And I'm just eyeballing this, but I am making the holes through with my awl. I love doing 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I'm going in through the middle, back in through the top, crossing down, going down through the bottom, and I'm gonna come right back in through the middle, being careful not to split the stitch, and that is it. Let's just make sure, nice and tight, very secure. And I think I'll leave, let's see, I'm definitely going to add some beads at the end, so I think I'll leave about that much after I tie it. And again, I'm just using these scalloped edge scissors because that's what I have right here, right now. You, of course, would come to your table with the right scissors for a particular job, but honestly I didn't use any scissors when I was doing the prep work, so I don't have any here. Just making a small bow on the inside. So it's a small journal. I think it only has about 4 pieces of paper inside, so it doesn't need a lot of string. Actually, I might bring that in a little bit tighter. And there she is. She's done. I left a little here so I can add. And over here, I'm going to go ahead. Tammy sent me this also, and I really want to weave this through side here. I think that will look so adorable. But we'll decorate her in another video. Let's just get this one all put together. So I'll show you quickly the paper that I gathered up for the larger journal. And this one I'm going to take back to school with me and keep in the classroom with me so I can write down things, what I'm grateful for, what I'm having. Kind of a rough day. I have rough days sometimes at work. Not so much the kids, just other things. This smaller one I'm actually going to carry around with me in this little pouch here, so I wanted to make sure it could fit and it still had room to grow a little bit. And as you can see, looks like it's going to be a good fit. This pouch I received as an order, or I received it in an order. I ordered a waist beads and something from a young lady, and she sent some of the items in this pouch. Okay, so just trying to find the middle and make sure we have. So I'll go through the papers with you first, and then we'll go ahead and sew in. There are two photographs like this. Tammy sent me two boys and two girls, and they're the same. So I want to go ahead and glue those into the front cover here and here. I think those are fitting since I'm using this as a journal to go back to school with. Then I found this and a gift that one of the kids gave me at the end of last year, and it says go to school. It's a word find puzzle, and I have some of my rust dyed and coffee dyed paper. Actually, it's rust dyed, and then I sprinkle a little coffee on it, and that's how it gets all dark and grungy like this. A piece of music paper, this piece of a tag booklet that Tammy sent me. This is another piece of my paper. This cutout that she sent me, so I'm going to glue this onto here. This is the other side of that tag booklet. That's going to be in the pocket there. I'm actually going to take that out for now, and I think I'll leave this off for now until we get everything sewed in. And then just the other side of all of the paper, some more of the gesso dictionary page, and I folded it back, and then put this extra little piece of the planner page in there for writing, and I cut this out. I'm deciding whether or not I want to back this on something or just leave it. Might just leave it and add something like a ribbon or something here. We'll see when we come to the decorating. Another piece of the planner page, another little cutout, school kids, and then that's the end of it. So I'm just tapping down the pages again to get them how I want them. And let's leave those off to the side. So go ahead and glue the pictures down. I'm using Fabri-Tac because it's my favorite glue, and I feel like it holds pretty much everything very well. So just going on and going, nice generous amount. And I'm going to put it right up to the edge there. I'm actually going to turn it over and rub it in the back, so I don't want to rub across the photograph. And I can feel that it's holding nice and tight. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I maybe need to put some acetone in my Fabri-Tac. I haven't been using it much lately because I've been very involved with all of my bead projects and my plant projects. So maybe getting a little bit dry on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop her down. She's holding nice and tight. I just want to make sure I can see the seam in between the card. You may or may not be able to see it. I see there's a little bit that I might need to trim off. Just a little hair, tiny hair there, but that should be fine. May even put something there to trim it, to just trim out that part of the page. I set these in the middle. Let's just make sure they're all, I'm not gonna fuss over or not something is in a particular spot, but I do want, somehow my pages got out of order here. Somehow I had them. Let's just make sure they're all okay now. I actually rather have this in the middle, and then honestly I cover that over with something if I decide to at the end, but I think this is good. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and stitch her up. Get the thread again. Take a little bit more than what you think you're gonna actually need. I will take those little pieces of cut off of this very lovely cotton thread and put it somewhere, one of the pages, to decorate. Okay, and she's in. So we'll put that to the side quickly. Get out the awl. Eyeballing the middle top and just use that line as a guide for the bottom. Sometimes I mark it, sometimes I don't. It just depends. I don't really fuss over it too much when I'm sewing in. I just try and make sure that they're somewhat evenly spaced. Again, the needle came off. Okay, so since I dropped the paper, I'm now just picking up through each piece here just so I can make sure that it goes in the right spot and we get it through the hole actually. Okay, and things like that can happen sometimes. So now we're going back through the middle. almost going back through the middle. And be careful of that too. I just poked my finger a little bit. Okay, the middle is gonna be a little bit rough here. Let me put this on the other side, because when I dropped that, I got a little bit, no, actually, he's okay. I don't like how wide that hole is right there, but I mean, it's fine. And you just want to pull it, make sure it's nice and tight, which this one is nice and tight. I'm just cutting off with my scallop scissors. And I might not put a bow in the middle of this. I am going to leave these parts hanging long. So I will tie a square knot, much like I do with the bracelets. I'm going to go right over, and then I'm going to go over one, over two, tighten it, and this will be fine. Nothing going to happen there. And there she's all sewed in. She feels really tight too. Just work the pages in a little bit. Yeah, she looks really good. So that's it. Our 2 journals are actually made. This one is going to go back to school with me. This one is going to be carrying with me. And I think we'll end it here, and we'll take the next video on our next open studio day, and we'll go ahead and decorate her a little bit. Well, both of them. Until next time, thank you for hanging out with me in the studio. I hope that you were able to get something done during this time that I was able to make these 2 journals. I love for you to come back and see how I decorate them. So please, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. If you have any questions about junk journaling, leave them below. I may be able to answer them. And I want you to have a great week. Thank you.